Randy Gardner. Imagine staying awake all night, then another night, then another, until sleep becomes something you can barely remember. This was the experience of Randy Gardner, whose record-breaking experiment helped psychology understand what happens when humans go without sleep. Randy Gardner was a 17-year-old student living in California. In 1964, he decided to test how long a person could stay awake, not for danger or fame, but for a school science project. No one expected what would happen next. Staying awake for 11 days. Randy Gardner stayed awake for 264 hours. That's 11 days and 25 minutes, without using stimulants. Throughout the experiment, Randy was monitored by doctors and researchers, including sleep scientists William C. Dement, one of the founders of modern sleep research. At first, Randy seemed fine, but as the days passed, the effects of sleep deprivation became clear. The effects of no sleep. After just a few days, Randy experienced extreme tiredness, difficulty concentrating, mood swings. As the experiment continued, the symptoms worsened. Randy developed hallucinations, seeing things that weren't there, paranoia, believing people were out to harm him, memory problems, slurred speech, loss of coordination. At one point, Randy believed he was a famous football player. At another, he struggled to recognize familiar objects. Despite these symptoms, Randy never fell asleep during the experiment. One surprising result was what didn't occur. Randy did not suffer permanent brain damage. He did not experience psychosis that continued after the experiment. And he did not die, a fear many people had at the time. And the experiment ended. Randy slept for around 14 hours, followed by several more long nights of sleep. Within days, he appeared to have fully recovered. Randy Gardner's case showed that sleep deprivation severely affects attention, mood, perception, thinking. It also showed that the brain will try to protect itself, sometimes entering brief microsleeps, tiny moments of sleep lasting seconds, even when a person believes they are awake. Importantly, a study helped scientists understand that sleep is not optional. It is a biological necessity. The risks were not fully understood at the time. Modern ethical guidelines now protect participants from such extreme harm. Randy himself later said that although he recovered, the experience was deeply unpleasant. Why Randy Gardner still matters? Randy Gardner's record has never been officially broken, partly because scientists now know the risks are too great. His experience helped psychology understand why sleep is essential for mental health, how lack of sleep affects perception and emotion, why chronic sleep deprivation can be dangerous. At its heart, Randy's story teaches us something simple but powerful. Sleep is not wasted time. It is how the brain repairs, restores, and protects itself. So the next time you're tempted to skip sleep to revise, scroll, or stay up late, remember this. A teenager in 1964 stayed awake for 11 days, so science wouldn't have to ask the question again. And his experience showed just how deeply the mind depends on rest.
If you enjoyed our channel, please click subscribe.